What's good, y'all? Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Christmas morning, spending time with y'all families, getting gifts, getting everything y'all wanted to get this year. But I wanted to drop a message for y'all real quick and remind you that sometimes your good news can sound like bragging when you're around the wrong people. Sometimes your good news can sound like you're bragging when you're around the wrong people. It sucks, but the reality of it is when it comes to you having good news, when you out here being successful and you have any type of good news, you got to be careful of who you tell the good news to. You got to be mindful of who you're around. You know what I'm saying? The type of environment and stuff like that, because unfortunately we live in a society where your good news sounds like bragging. People get offended. You call yourself, just being excited about whatever it is you're excited about, whatever success you're having at the moment, or whatever you gained or whatever like that. You're excited. You know what I'm saying? So you want to share your good news. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the norm. Like, I got to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, there's people out there that when you share your good news, it's going to sound like bragging. It's going to sound like bragging to them because they may not be where they are in their life like they want to be. You know what I'm saying? You may have obtained something that they wanted to obtain and they ain't got it yet. So sometimes, even though you have good news and you have this urge to share with other people, sometimes you got to just keep it to yourself. Sometimes you got to keep it to yourself, or you got to share it with people who you know for a fact if you share it, they're not going to get offended. They're not going to look at it like you bragging. They're going to clap for you. They're going to be just as excited for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a sad reality. A lot of people out here, they struggling. They're not where they feel like they need to be. You know what I'm saying? They working on their goals and dreams, and they're not obtaining things as fast as they feel like they should obtain them. And when you come around and you share your good news, it makes people jealous. It makes people feel some type of way. It makes people feel like you bragging or trying to, rub some shit in their face when all you doing is sharing your good news because you're excited, right? But it ain't like that, y'all. Sometimes your good news can sound like you're bragging. When you're around the wrong people, you got to make sure you're around the right people. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit at a table where people are used to losing and talk about how much money you done gained this year, you know what I'm saying? Or how good your business is doing. Or you can't share certain news with motherfuckers depending on who at the table. But when you sitting at a table that's full of winners, when you sitting at the table where people have an understanding about the process of success, and they're also succeeding at things and gaining things and living their dreams and stuff like that, then it's safe to say that you can sit there and talk about your good news. You got to be mindful of the table you sitting at. You know what I'm saying? Once you peep that energy and you like, no, I'm gonna just go ahead and be quiet. I ain't gonna tell them nothing. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's a sad reality. Everyone's not going to be happy about your good news. They're not. Because you got people out here that's been feeling like a failure because they haven't succeeded at certain things that they've been trying to succeed at. You got to share your good news with people who understand. Share your good news with people who they have good news. You know what I'm saying? And even if they don't, like, people who know how to clap for you, they ain't gonna take offense. They know their time coming. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be mindful of you sharing your good news because it may sound like bragging.